Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Welcome to Wildcast Studios on Rogers TV for another episode of the Platinum Award-winning and longest QMJHL podcast, the Wildcast podcast. We are the unofficial voice of your 2025 reigning Gilles Courteau Trophy champion, Moncton Wildcats, and we are presented by Discount Flooring Service, a division of Fabulous Flooring, home to the largest variety of high-end current, discontinued lines in hardwood, ceramic file, laminate flooring, luxury model tiles, and even blinds for immediate purchase, located at 320 Shawcalla Street in Moncton, or give them a call at 506-859-9909. As always, fan listeners, I know I might look weird in Blue Jays gear, but I'm on the bandwagon. I have been for about a year and a half. I am your host, Adam Lund, and I'm joined by your favorite co-hoster, Mr. YQM, Mr. Starbucks, Mr. Can Finally Breathe Again.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Mr. Jeremy Boucher.
Now I'm following. Yeah, now I follow.
Mr. Jeremy Boucher. Yep. We, like I said last week, we would be decked out if they got the AL East. Mm-hmm. Got the helmet ready to go.
We did it.
Quickly, we'll talk about it a little bit at the end of the show, but how do you feel?
I feel pretty good. It's unfortunate that it came down to, game 162, but fortunately the Jays had that tiebreaker, and all it took was a Jays win on Sunday, and they would clinch it. So, here we are. Now we get a week off of not having to worry about sports.
That's the best way to do it. Not worry about sports. So, as always, don't forget you can follow us on the social medias: Twitter, Moncton Wildcast, Instagram, Wildcast Podcast, TikTok, Wildcast Podcast, as well on YouTube. We are 15 subscribers away from 500. So if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, just head over. We'll have a QR code next week. I learned how to put that on. You click on that. But right now, go over to YouTube, click the subscribe button. It lets us know you like what we're doing. You won't miss a podcast post game or any of our episodes as long as you click that bell. I got another quick question. You ready for it?
Give it to me.
4 games in,
mm-hmm.
Big 4 games in,
mm-hmm.
21 penalty minutes.
Okay.
They're averaging about 7 minutes a game, 7 penalties a game. Are you worried? Is there a small discipline issue? Is it learning the league because we've got a lot of Americans on this team? Like, what is it?
I think it's just a learning experience for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Right. There was so much roster turnover. Some of these, I don't think some of these penalties would, if it was game 7 of a playoffs, these penalties wouldn't be called. True. But
you hope
it's just the nature of the game at this point. It's you got to make these calls. There's a few chintzy ones. I would describe it as that way.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't necessarily say it's something to be worried about, because I have full confidence in our penalty kill. But at the same time, when a team's on the power play, that's when they're going to get the bulk of their opportunities. So you don't really want to give up, those chances. But fortunately, we had Rudy back, mm-hmm. and he was an absolute wall in Cape Breton for those 2 games. So your goalie's your best penalty killer, and he proved he proved to be on the case.
And it made a difference too, having Wallness back, having
mm-hmm.
Magnuson back, having GRP back. I went and looked the same time last year. We had 13. We were 3 for 13 on the penalty kill. So again, if it would have continued the way it did in the first 2 games, I think I'd be a lot more concerned. But they're learning the league, and the penalty kill is getting back to where you want to be 75, 80%. They're at 71, I think, or 74%. So I'm not all that concerned, but it's like tough calls, like the high stick at the end of the game, or
mm-hmm.
the trip after a hit and then it ends up being a trip, or
I think it's the timing of the calls too.
Yeah.
When you go get that, you take advantage of a Cape Breton penalty, and Tommy Blyle gets a power play goal with only a few minutes left in regulation.
Yeah.
What seemed like the next shift, you're getting a penalty called against you, and that's karma. It's going to come and bite you in the butt when you take advantage of an opportunity. Well, you're probably just going to go and give it right back. So,
right.
It's I know we'll get into the weekly rewind here in a bit, but it didn't. We came out with the wins. Doesn't matter how they how it happens, how they occur. As long as you get the 2 points, that's the most important thing.
That's pretty much it. It doesn't matter. Maybe don't have like 15 penalties a game, but if we're getting wins, doesn't matter how they come. All right, let's get into the news and notes from around the queue.
News and notes from around the queue.
All right, we had our team of the week, our Q team of the week, not the one that you are here for, but our team of the week. It was Thomas Vernon of the Huskies, 4 goals, 5 assists in 3 games played. Nathan Brisson of the Foyer, 3 goals, 3 assists, 2 games played. A goal and 4 assists for Vincent Desharnais. I almost said Desjardins. That's a joke. Desharnais for the Armada. Defenseman.
Well, it is Desjardins.
Is it?
Yes.
It's not Desharnais?
No, it's Desjardins. It's Desjardins.
Yeah.
Or Desjardins.
Desjardins.
It is.
Cal Oons from Quebec, 4 assists in 3 games. Jan Golik for the Olympique, 3 assists in 3 games. And Danny Shaikov, 2-0, 953 save percentage, and an 0.96 goals against average. And your player of the week, 9 points in 3 games. That pretty much sets it for you. Thomas Vernon of the Huskies, like I said, 3 games played, 4 goals, 5 assists, and a +3. Not a lot of news today. Not a lot of news this week. So let's get into the one that everyone's here for.
It's now time for the one and only Bouchers Team of the Week.
Before we get too far, there is some news happening this week, and that's on Friday. The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor Swift's new album drops. So I know everybody's going to be excited for that one. I know I am. I just wanted to make sure we got that on the air before anything else. Anyway,
she's not doing the Super Bowl like I predicted.
No, it's Bad Bunny. It's a Bad Bunny.
I wonder how many people went, what is a Bad Bunny? I didn't know many Kendrick Lamar songs. I'm going to know even less the Bad Bunny words, let alone songs.
WWE legend Bad Bunny.
Yeah. So, but could I tell you a song? Nope,
I couldn't either. But we will
get there when it gets there.
Right. We are so far away from the Super Bowl, but it's not Super Bowl talk time. It's Boucher's Team of the Week time. And we are going to start off in the nets with our very own Rudy Guimont. Nice. Because he decided to show up in Sydney just in time for Friday's game, despite still not being reassigned technically, officially by the Detroit Red Wings. So thank you, Detroit, for that.
That's the best part.
That's a nice gift.
Yeah.
I actually had heard early Friday morning that he was on the ice for morning skate. And I was like, you can't be serious. That's not true. But lo and behold, at 4:00, when the rosters were in the lineup sheet was released, there he was, our number 25. So thank you to the Detroit Red Wings for that nice gift that you gave us on Friday.
Yeah.
On defense, we have Jan Golicic from the Gatineau Olympique, recently named captain. And Adam, the reason why he's on my team of the week is he's the only import in the league to wear the C.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's, again, it's not all stats.
No.
We said that last week. Not all stats. It can be my own research. And second defenseman is Evan Depatie from Rimouski, the still surprising Rimouski Oceanic. I know it's early, but he leads the team in points. So again, don't have to have a monster week to be on my team of the week. Up front, we have Matthew Butler, the hometown kid from St. John's, goes home and puts up 4 assists for the Islanders in their 2 games against the Regiment.
That was a cool picture they put up.
So
nine Butler jerseys, I think, or
so
whatever.
His buddy's showing up wearing all his minor hockey jerseys, so that was pretty neat. Alexei Joseph from the rival SeaDogs.
I've heard of him.
The youngest player to record a hat trick for the SeaDogs.
Really? They have a lot of rookies
they get good talent, but he was youngest by 4 months and 6 days or something like that.
Who was second, Valeno?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, I feel like it would be Valeno.
I don't research that much. This is my team of the week, not the.
That's fair. I just thought maybe you asked someone and they said they sent you a link with the top 5.
Oh, and Mr. Chud the Stud.
Yeah.
For his my third and final forward, the shootout winner Friday night, and then the OT winner on Saturday to give us the 4 points. and that is this week's Boucher Team of the Week.
That's an excellent team of the week, sir.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Two
that.
Wildcats. I like that. I like that.
There's always going to be at least one.
Hopefully.
That's what people like.
Exactly. All right. Let's speaking of that team that was on the team of the week, let's talk about them.
Weekly Rewind.
The Weekly Rewind is brought to you by Alphas Appliance Solutions. Right now they've got the KitchenAid Red Hot Savings Event. Save $600 when you purchase any 3, $800 when you purchase any 4, or $1,200 when you purchase 5 or more KitchenAid built-in major kitchen appliances. Qualifying purchases made now till October 1st. For those or any other deals, go to appliancesolutions.ca. Wildcats go 2-0 on the weekend in Sydney. A couple extra time victories, a little longer than it needed to be, bringing the record to 2-1-1 on the season. You look at Friday night, 0.8 seconds away from a regulation victory. Just couldn't get it out. Couldn't get it out.
Nice, just slice of pizza right up the 4 or 5 feet off the ice.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm going to say something. We don't call out players or anything like that. But Virgilio, he's the one that flips the puck not high enough to clear the zone.
Yeah. Did
you see who started the overtime on defense?
Virgilio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it shows you, and I think that's a Gardner McDougall effect.
Yeah.
Just says, I have confidence in you. Go out, and just, I know you're better than that. Go redeem yourself, kind of thing, right? And so I think that's shows a lot of just the confidence that the coaching staff has, on a veteran like Virgilio, to just throw him out next shift.
Yeah.
And say, look, can happen to anybody anytime, and just go prove yourself. And look, it worked out in our favor.
I like the right after it happened. I just every time I was just like, Brett Warner always says, off the glass and out.
Yeah,
off the glass and out. And you're worried about taking a penalty too, like.
But with that much time left, it's just like, yeah.
There's a danger in lifting it over the glass, and they get a power play with like 14 seconds left or whatever when it happened. But it was a tough situation, and I did notice that he was back out there for overtime. Again, Flow Hockey, get this figured out. Halfway through overtime, we lost feed. Some people lost the feed for the whole thing, overtime and shootout.
Oh, no.
It gets better, but it's literally been an unmitigated disaster in the first 4 games. I don't know how it's been in the OHL because, again, paying a lot of money to watch 31 games because I don't have the time to watch a whole bunch. But yeah, for those who missed it, I mean, it was back and forth, and then the shootout. Tornes, a guy that some people thought would take a while to figure this out.
Just the way he drew it up.
Yeah.
Loses control of the puck, but
I think I think he meant to do that. Well, maybe we'll ask him.
I
feel like it was maybe partly I meant to, partly it hopped over my stick. Either way, it tricked him out. And then Chud the Stud gets the winner.
Yep.
Kind of the Easton Cowan leg thing, but he didn't shoot it right into the goalie's pads. He actually picked a corner, and just a good battle, a good effort from the team, and they're slowly putting it together. And then Saturday, penalty filled affair, which is the reason for the quick question. But I mean, we took 7 penalties. Unlike the first game where we had 15 shots in the first period and didn't come away with a lead, this one we came away with a 2-0 lead. Binkley with a shorthanded goal. Cape Breton's that team that just never seems to be out of it, especially in their home rink. They just find ways to tie hockey games.
And I think that speaks for the new coach that's behind the bench there, and Jason Clark. He's always someone that's gotten the best out of his players. And you lose your home opener, so you want to redeem yourself, the next night. And I was fully expecting this Saturday night to be a blowout for Moncton. I thought maybe Cape Breton just laid it all on the line Friday night, and then just wouldn't be able to hang around Saturday. But they hung around, so kudos to them. And I think the barn was full Friday night. The fan bus had a great time by the sounds of it, and it was quite empty on Saturday. So it's kind of disappointing how you can go, from full one night to not so full the next in Cape Breton, and hopefully we don't we don't see that for ourselves this weekend.
I think that's part of the problem that Pat talked about in the preseason preview. Like, it's tough to kind of get a crowd to show up, maybe for a Tuesday night against or a Thursday night against Val-d'Or. Well, now you've got back-to-back games, and you got your home opener against Moncton, and the fans all show up. They lose the game in a very good, entertaining game, and they're like, well, why would I go back the next night? Like, I don't want to see the same team I just saw playing. Yeah. So I hope it's something that the Eagles can kind of figure out to get the fans behind it, because that's a good atmosphere in that building when it's going. And we saw it in the playoffs. We saw it last year in a couple games against the Wildcats. So it's something that they're going to have to work on, because, again, it looked like dressed like a seat night, which is tough to see. But I want to talk about the game of AFG. Gets beat to the net on the second goal. Now, for all of us eagle eyes, you can kind of see what happened. Gets hit in the boards, gets beat to the net. Of course, because he got beat, shot goes to Rudy, doesn't handle it. The guy who beats him to the net scores. In overtime, gets the puck, goes down the wing, goes full denoyer, stops up, looks around, and doesn't just put a hard pass in, doesn't just shoot it to look for a rebound, because there was one guy, I think it was Preston, going to the net, draws the defenseman to him, and then just tucks it around his stick as he goes to poke it, lays it on a plate for Chudzinski, who didn't waste any time, rips it chop shelf back to back for Chud the stud. Just totally redeems himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was exactly what I was going to say. And it was funny because I was quoting Dumb and Dumber with Ken Shea over the weekend. So it's pretty ironic that that'd be brought up, but no, you're right. That's I don't think anybody, like, I know I mentioned this to you like a couple of weeks ago. Like, I don't think people realize how many games he's played for this team.
Yeah.
Right.
I know I didn't.
He's pretty close. Like, he's one healthy season away from being, what did I say, top 10 in games played?
Yeah.
So if he plays, assuming he stays healthy all season with Moncton, he's going to finish this season as, top 10 in career games played for the Wildcats. And, for all we know, if he's back in, 2026, 2027 as a 20-year-old, he could become the leader in games played for the Wildcats by Christmas time of next year.
And if he's here the full season, isn't he one of a few that have played their full entire 5-year career in Moncton?
He would only be the second player to play all 5 seasons in Moncton. So he's an absolute warrior. He's he plays the game the right way, and he's all heart. He leaves it all on the line every night.
And he's played, again, knock on wood, 68, 63, and 64.
Yeah, very consistent.
Very consistent. Yeah. Point production has gone up 12, 28, 31, but it's not that you look at for AFG when you come to the rink. It's year one. I think he played with Iasenza, right? If I'm not correct. He played with Iasenza, kind of learning the game. Minus 24 on not a great team. Plus 9 the year after. Plus 57 last year. Like, just figures it out. He's consistent. You know what you're going to get from him. He's going to be a top pair guy this year with Walnius. He's a guy that you're, quote unquote, not excited to come to the rink to see, but just watch one game. Just watch a period of Fortier John shifts. There's not many times he's caught out of position in a game, and when he is, he's quite annoyed, and he makes up for it. Yep. So, he's been a warrior. What did you think of the two defensemen, Walnius and Magnuson, in their first couple games of action.
The Giants. Yeah. I mean, what do we say? Magnuson is what is he again?
6,
7.
7. What does it mean? I don't know.
No clue. But no, Wallinius and Magnuson they're just they're towers of power.
Yeah.
And they're two different defensemen as well. Like Wallinius is going to be like your two-way kind of guy, and Magnuson's just going to be your shutdown. I'm going to hit you, physical defenseman, and it's almost perfect because look, if you look at who we lost on the back end last year, it's almost as if we're replacing them. I mean, we're not. You can't replace an Etienne Morin, but a Loke Johansson, right? You're a Dylan McKinnon. I know he's still around.
A Dylan
Gill. Like these are guys. Like you were able to recover those losses by going out and getting NHL drafted, NHL free agent towers on the back end, and it's working out so far. I know they're only a few games into their Q career, but they're going to be dominant, by midseason.
Yeah, and we're not saying replace him because of the size. Like Loke Johansson and Wallinius are the same player, big, physical, don't take any SHIT. Magnuson is a good puck mover, and in the first game, you could kind of see them kind of not sure where to be at all times, and I think that's kind of a speed thing. They're kind of staying back a little bit, worried about that. But once they got comfortable, and I can't remember who it was with. Magnuson was just looking down at this guy, and I don't think he was a small player from the Eagles.
It was Louis Gendron, and there must have been at least a foot difference. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, like it wasn't Ross Campbell. Like Ross Campbell's going to come up to his hip.
Yeah.
But I just hope the officials learn that his hits are hits, not he's getting penalties because he's tall. Yeah. Because that will, and I think that'll be a worry of deflating a player. Like
he got a call. He was called for a penalty like that.
Yeah.
I think because I didn't watch Saturday because I was having a good time in my backyard, but Friday night, I think he was racing back for a puck, and it's almost as if the Eagle, they were kind of like skating like this, and the Eagle just and just fell over, and the ref's like
holding
interference.
Oh, was that interference?
Like, yeah, you're 6'7" and a 5'9" skater just runs into you and you fall down like a sack of potatoes, and it's an interference penalty, right? And I think I just hope that doesn't happen a lot this year. I think the referees have to acknowledge how big this guy is, how tall he is, and that smaller players could very well just bounce right off him.
Yeah.
So I think there's I think as he gets more used to the league and these referees realize how tall he is, you're probably going to just bounce right off him. So I don't want to, if he takes penalties like that, I hope they're earned interference penalties, not these phantom calls that
roughing in front of the net, protecting our guys.
I would call that a phantom interference call is what I would call us.
We got a special guest. You want to get to him?
Yeah, he's around.
He's around. Let's hit the button.
Let's do it.
View from the other bench.
View from the other bench, presented by Waterworks Pools and Spas, providing Atlantic Canadians with custom in-ground pools, spas, service, and supplies since 1986. If you're looking for a new spa service or maintenance by their trained technicians, or getting your pool from green to clear, go visit them at 194 Killam Drive in Moncton, or call 506-859-1980. Well, it's technically not a view from the other bench, but our own bench. We're pleased to have one of the longest serving members of the Wildcats team, played his 200th regular season game on Friday in Newfoundland. From Salisbury, number 20, Preston Lounsbury. Bonjour, comment ça va?
Bien, puis toi?
Well,
that's the extent of Adam's French, but
that's all you got.
We thought maybe throw you a curveball with a French question to start things off.
I do know a little bit of French, so it's actually not that curveball.
Yeah.
Well, we heard we were actually quite impressed with your French there last year during the playoffs in your press conference.
Oh, yeah, that was a curveball for me.
You did well though.
Yeah, it's all right. I sometimes forget about some different words, what to say. It's in French. I mean, school was easier, but now it's kind of lost a little bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, if you want French interviews, just let Jeremy know. He can kind of do some of that during the season.
I'm good with sticking with English.
Perfect. I want to go back to last year's off season. A lot of change coming in. Taylor Gardner. You're coming in that camp as a veteran in your third camp. I mean, did you feel like a rookie with the new energy? The new, Gardner brings just his own energy. Taylor, did you feel again like a rookie kind of thing going into your fourth camp where it can kind of get monotonous? And what to expect from a Gardner camp?
With last year's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
last year's camp.
I mean, I chatted with them a little bit throughout the summer, kind of leading up to the season, and there were some different things around Moncton that I helped partake in. So, I mean, I got to know Gardner a little bit earlier, which was nice, and I chatted with Taylor a little bit before the season, so I kind of got a little bit of knowledge of how they are. But no, I know a couple of buddies from around here that have been coached by Gardner, and they told me, it's intense and be ready. It's some curveballs, definitely. It's a little different style, but no, they just said be ready. He loves guys that work hard and are just putting everything they got in the game, and so that was kind of my mentality going into it. And obviously, being in Moncton for 2 years before, and you asked if it kind of felt like a rookie. Obviously, new staff and a team that was going to be built to be a high contender. Obviously, everyone's going to have a lot of experience in the league. So, right from the get go with that group, you almost noticed that there wasn't much of rookies kind of per se. It was more so a veteran group from the start, and everybody knew what job had to be done. So, I mean, there wasn't really a rookie point of view, but in a sense, as a new style of approaching games and approaching practices, it was definitely new in that sense for everybody. So I mean, everybody kind of started with this clean slate, but not really a rookie sense, no.
Yeah, I guess you could say that the job got done last season, and we get to kind of relive it again on Saturday night with the home opener. But I guess looking ahead to this season, there were, given the roster turnover, there were some people who maybe thought it would be a rebuilding year, for the Wildcats. As a player, was there a moment in the off season, which kind of got you excited to know that, the McDougals do want to try to win this thing again?
I mean, the message even throughout last year was, and even kind of the sense we kind of had an idea that it wasn't just a 1 year thing, especially with that new rule change, right? So, with that new rule change, it kind of changed the way that teams can approach things, and obviously Moncton being a city and awesome organization, I miss Irving and the staff that we have now. It's pulling in a lot more eyes and a lot more opportunity. So, obviously, you hear things that might happen, and no, I even last year after winning, I wanted to be a part of it again this year, and play an extra 2 more days. That's kind of the mod, not the motto, but that's the mindset the guys that were there last year want this year. Those 2 extra days, a chance to get revenge and get the Mem Cup back. So no, I mean, it's exciting. And last summer, obviously, I was excited, and I just want to do the best I can for the team.
Yeah, we want you to play 2 more days this year as well, because it's a lot easier to sell my wife on a trip to Kelowna than it was to Rimouski. So yeah. we're looking forward to that. You talk about being fortunate last year to have the year you had, and you look at your last 6 years in your hockey career. I mean, you've been fortunate to be coached and win some championships under arguably the two best coaches maybe in Canada, in John DeCourcy and Gardner McDougall. And then to do it with your friends, Gil, McKinnon, Cormier, just talk about the experience you've had in the last 6 years, getting to do what you do with, winning championships and the development you've had under those two coaches.
Yeah, I mean, for sure that midget season, my first year was COVID, so it was a little different. But going into it, we had a really young team, and that second year, it's almost like we kind of knew that if everybody was going to come back, you were going to have a really good shot at doing something that no one's ever done in New Brunswick or Moncton. So that was something we were looking forward to, and obviously, as the year went on, we're like, okay, we didn't really really talk about it much, but as it got closer, our group got really tight. And no, we were just fortunate enough that we got the chance to go to the TELUS Cup, and we ended up doing so that no one's ever done, and something I'll remember for the rest of my life. And I think that also helped with how in situations with last year's season, actually, too, being in those high pressure moments, just being able to kind of have faith in the game and the group. And that's one thing that a lot of similarities between the two groups. Obviously, it's not the same level, and the players aren't as like high level, and you get older, everybody's you're playing against the best of the best, right? So
Yeah.
but in the sense of similarities, the group was really tight, and obviously there was guys from all over last year. You got your European, your Euros, you got your guys from Quebec, you got local guys, but at the same time, I think we were the tightest group, and it was from all down the lineup and to the coaching staff. Everybody wanted to be there every day, and I think that's the biggest thing that you need is just the whole group wanting to do something together, and everyone just being happy for each other. In any instances, it could be like, I don't know, some guys, don't play as much minutes as the other guys, but just being happy for one another and wanting to accomplish something all together was the main thing. And no, and the coaching staff, I mean, the two teams I've been able to be on, I think that's probably the biggest part. You need people leading the way, and having that voice. Obviously, John, he's been there many years, been through it a lot, won multiple TELUS Cups, but I mean, his message was just find a way. You got to find a way, and the other coaching staff there. I mean, they're not there anymore. I think it was a couple of their last years ended on a high note, but no, everybody knew what they were doing. They were there for many years, and you look at Gardner and Freeze and the guys that were there last year with us. They had lots of experience coaching before, playing in high pressure moments, and I think that translates over to helping our team be as successful as it was.
Yeah, you brought up the rule change, and we're seeing a lot of players take advantage of that. Whether it's CHL guys going NCAA, or some Americans coming up this way, and you yourself took advantage of it with your commitment to Holy Cross. Were there any others? If you're, I guess, willing to share, were there any other schools that you were looking at, and I guess what ultimately led to your decision to be a Crusader?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, there was other schools I was talking to and communicating with, but at the same time, I had to kind of think what was best for me and my future. So I had a chance to go down and check out a couple, and Holy Cross seemed like the spot for me. The whole entire staff was really good with the way they approached it. I mean, they were in touch with my agent, and they were in touch with my family, even talking to my parents all the time. So it seemed like they really wanted me there, and that seems like the best spot for me in the future. And I mean, they got a really good program doing up there, so they're getting better every year, and I like that. I mean, getting better every year and something I can come and kind of help grow as well. So no, I mean, it's a good school academically, and I like to take pride in my school because you never know what could happen. So it kind of balances out both. But no, I'm excited to go there next year, and it's going to be weird being away from home. I haven't been experienced that yet. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, there's 18 teams in our league, and one at 18, I got to be able to stay here the full ride, and had a really good time doing it. So hopefully, I can have another great season this season.
You talk about playing close to home, and fourth round pick to the Wildcats, being a Moncton kid. I don't know how much of the last time you remember the Wildcats raising a banner if you were in the rink, but I mean, living here your whole life, playing for the Flyers, playing for now the Wildcats, just what does it mean to you on this Saturday to be on the ice to watch a championship banner go up into the rafters?
No, I mean, it's pretty cool. Going to all those games as a kid in the Coliseum, seeing all those players to come through, like the Garlands, and there's just a bunch of other guys that were really good through there. And then I remember when they switched over to the Avenir Center, watching that being built, and then going to many games. Obviously, my dad, his company that he works for has a box, so I was in those seats quite a bit, watching those. And obviously, being a kid that at a younger age wanting to play in the queue when they grow up. Obviously, Moncton's definitely the dream come true at the stages. So, getting drafted there was the number one step. And then that's when the work just begins again. And I wanted to crack the roster as soon as possible. And lucky enough, my 16 year, I close to home. So I got to stick around with the team, and I ended up playing the home opener my first 16 years. So, I mean, it's pretty cool to think that I know I get to have my first home opener here and have my last home opener as a 20 in the league here. So, no, I'm pretty thankful that I got the opportunity to do so, and I'm looking forward to it.
So are we.
Yeah. We've been waiting for this night.
Yeah, usually you don't have to play 4 games before your home opener.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially after going, right? So
Yeah. We've exhausted that for you guys. We've talked about that for you guys for 2 weeks now. But hey, man, appreciate you taking the time. I'm excited for Saturday. It's gonna be a fantastic event, and watching you play this season. I mean, from playing 16 to turning into one of, like I said many times, one of the best penalty killers, and then turning your offense into one of the top 6 forwards in the league, man. It's been awesome, and can't thank you enough for doing this.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it, and have a good night.
You too, Preston.
Ciao.
Good first one.
Yep.
That's a perfect first interview of the season. Again, thanks to Wildcats for that. Hopefully we continue to have more of those throughout the year. But I mean, like I said, that is a player drafted here, played. I remember his home opener playing at 16, and he's just developed each and every year into one of the top 6 players in the league.
Yeah, you're right. It's I actually had forgotten he played the home opener at 16, but no, that's just tells a story.
Yeah.
Right. It tells you that, just how long he's been around, and it's he would probably be the first person to say that, the past 5 years flies by.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like, I guess as a fan, you sit through the games and the ups and downs, but as a player, you're just like, oh man, it's my last year.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. But no, good for him. It's like you said, Holy Cross is a good program. It's not, it makes me wonder if it's maybe there's maybe part of a dual sport athlete with some golf in there too.
Yeah. Yeah. Allegedly he's pretty good at golf.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. So,
yeah, I'm sure. And if you ask his parents, being able to, when your kid's going in the Q draft, there's a possibility he's moving away from home.
Yeah.
To be able to watch him for the past 4 years and now realize like this is his last year. We, travel to a lot of games and stuff like that. And you always see his parents around the rink. And I heard something this morning on the radio going into work because the radio DJ on XM had just had a kid and turning a year. And she was like, I heard this one time, the days are long, but the years are short when you're raising a kid. And I was like, yeah, that's how that works. Cause there are some long days with the little ones, but even this, like, we're at game 4 already. And like sooner or later, we're going to be talking trades, and then bang, it's playoffs. And he's one of the players that fortunately has been able to avoid that future consideration style trades. And that's the type of him and AFG. Those are guys that show up to the rink, Mercier too, show up to the rink every night and give you everything they have consistently. You're going to get.
Yeah. No, 100%. And, we've heard his name tossed around, and nothing came to fruition. And I'm happy he's still around. He's a great leader, bilingual. Yeah. So, it just, and just another guy that, wears his heart on his sleeve and just gives it his all every night.
So this weekend, leading into it, home opener, St. John, Halifax. St. John's 2-2. They played well for a young team. Halifax has been in every game they've been in. It's not going to be one of those easy home opening schedules. And the Wildcats have not had fortunate times in home openers. I don't think they have a winning record in home openers. I know I had it last year, but I don't think they've had a lot of winning records in home openers. And maybe that's the pomp and the circumstance of a home opener. And then you add a trophy celebration to it. St. John's going to be fired up to take care of this one.
Yeah, you always want to spoil the party.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be ready for that. And I'm kind of excited to see obviously Alexi Joseph, but I think everybody's going there to see a banner. And here we are on Wednesday, and we're a few days away, and there's still plenty of tickets left. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet for that game, get off your butt and get them.
Yeah.
If you were in that building for Game 5 against Rimouski, ready to party, you should be in that building Saturday night ready to party. It's it's not going to be the same type of atmosphere, but being able to celebrate a championship in kind of a different way, right? And this is kind of the culmination of last year's success. So, if that's what I mean, like if you were in the building last year for Game 5, be in the building Saturday night.
Yeah,
that's I know there was a bit of a little hiccup with our friends at Ticketmaster, where they were looking for a $6.25 order processing fee.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, that was now no longer being charged. So kudos to whoever was able to get rid of that. So suddenly your $24 ticket isn't going to cost you $30. It's going to be 24. So there's I'm, with the exception of the banner raising and everything else that's going on, I want to see what else is new around the rink.
Yeah.
It's from what I've heard is there's going to be a lot more fan interaction, which is good. The hype crew going to make their debut. Speaking of the hype crew, I do want to give a shout out to my daughter Avery, because as bummed out as she was from not making the hype crew, she made the cheer team at Maplehurst Middle School.
Nice, well done, Avery.
So I know she was very excited.
Jordan got cut from his.
That's right.
His team. Right?
She didn't make the hype crew, but she made the cheer squad at middle school. So super happy for her, and I'm just excited to get back in there because look, we haven't been there since that one exhibition game.
That's right. That's crazy.
And it's been over a month. It's been over a month since that game. And I can't wait to see what they have in store for outdoor festivities before the game. That's another thing that I'm waiting on is a schedule to see what's going on outside.
Are you waiting for the perfect moment? Because I'm going to tell you all about it at the end of the show.
Okay, lovely. And
and you guys, I'm going to tell you guys.
Okay, too. Perfect. I thought it was a secret.
That's the thing. Like the schedule came out a while ago. You knew when your home opener was. Yeah. Should have been inundated with tickets, with what's going on with, I've said it for many years, like discounts don't devalue your product, and a home opening weekend discount, like to fill the building. It's going to fill regardless, right? Moncton is well known for last minute sales. Speaking of last minute sales, if anybody has any extra tickets to Warren Ziders at the Avenir Center next week, please let me know. I'll be gladly willing to take those off your hands. Country singer, very good, love him. Sure. That's Warren Ziders, whichever you want to call it. If you have a couple of extra tickets, I know they don't really cost much. I'm just looking for a night out, with the wife, and can't go.
Yeah, I want to pay it forward a little bit for having listened to our voices for a while. This is your way of.
Do you want to guarantee yourself a stick tap of the week?
That's also very much a possibility. Yep.
August 19th was the last time the Wildcats played at the Avenir Center with a tie. 1-1 into the overtime, and it just stopped as a tie. But I know this is going to sound bad, but I've noticed with the Wildcats tickets and the Moncton fans, they don't buy the ends. They buy the middle, like the lounge seats are for the corporate. The other season, the side seats go, but the end doesn't really go. And it's been like 5 years if you look at that, of the ends taking forever to sell.
And the ends that's where the fun is.
Yeah.
Because in the middle, it's all your hardcore season ticket fans. The ends is that's
and maybe it's people don't want to look through the netting or whatever, but that's where you need to look at maybe restructuring some things a little bit. And I'm sure 4 road games doesn't help the fact that a little slow. Like if we were night 1, we're opening the season, the only game in the queue, like every other champions had. I could go on and on. Let's get to everyone's favorite part of the show.
Eric Murray, realtor, buy a house from him. Stick tap of the week.
Wow, I was actually looking forward to talking more about those games, but that's okay. We'll get right into the stick tap because now we got an hour.
I didn't want to go. I didn't want to rant, and I knew where I was going, so I was like, you know what? Everyone waits for the stick tap.
No, but home opener Saturday. They'll be wearing their 30th anniversary jerseys. I'm being told on Sunday against the Mooseheads. So that's an exciting
Can we have a teaser?
Yeah,
Can we see something like a shoulder patch or an arm patch or anything? Something, please. Cool.
Adam loves
Your turn.
teasers.
Oh, like they did it with the blue jerseys.
Yeah.
They did it with the black ones.
Yeah, you're right.
And please.
Yeah. All right, stick tap of the week. So it's been a, let's say, a tough summer for firefighters.
Yeah.
It's been extremely dry out there. There's been, every time you turn around, there's a fire popping up here. Salisbury lost their independent grocery store over the weekend, and then there was another fire at the barn at the Riverglade Speedway over the weekend too.
Yeah.
So, not just the Salisbury firefighters but locally. I mean, the fire out in Irishtown was close to my parents' place, and just the response was to be able to put it out, so quickly was it was just a total team effort. So, to all the firefighters out there that worked their asses off to put out all those blazes, and you probably didn't get to see your families a lot in the summer because of how dry it was with just someone flicking a lighter a cigarette out the window could have ignited a crazy forest fire. So no, shout out to all the firefighters, whether you do it full time or whether you're a volunteer. It was a tough summer. It's we're getting some rain, I think, so it's gonna help things out. And look, I had a backyard fire on Saturday night because we were in the green.
Yeah. Lo
and behold, Sunday we're in the red. It was just it's so unpredictable. It's like playing darts. It's I think I was only able to have 3 fires this summer when I'm used to having a fire every weekend. So it just tells you how dry it is. So if you're the type of people that flick a cigarette out your window, smarten the
Bleep.
up. Smarten the bleep up, and just have a little more show a little more caring. Put it out and don't flick it out. Put it out and don't flick it out.
I
like that one. Yeah. So yeah, just I'm starting to ramble on here, but just shout out to all the firefighters that work their tails off to to battle all these blazes that we dealt with over the summer and as recently as last weekend.
The Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the RE/MAX Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
I have actually 3 firefighters in my family.
Yeah.
So back in Alberta. So they're volunteer, and I think a couple of them have gone to forest fires out there and wildfires and stuff like that. But it's a thankless job a lot of the time. So they do a lot of work. I do have an honorable stick tap to the crew that went down to the game in Cape Breton.
Oh yes, yeah.
The bus crew.
Yeah.
You heard them a lot during that game, especially seeing 2 wins. So they were you saw the team give them stick taps and come to the glass and stuff like that. So they're going to have more. I think they're going to release the official schedule here shortly, but it's awesome. Like if you haven't gone, even if it's a day trip or like a game trip to St. John or to Charlottetown or something like that, you got to go. It's a good time, and it's a bonding time to meet other fans that are just like you. So if you have the chance, stay tuned to our social medias and other things to find out where these bus trips are, because the guys love them.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and second honorary stick tap to was it Nick Boyles?
Yeah,
Nick Boyles.
Yeah, there we go.
So last week we did the whole pick my supper.
Yep.
So to keep things professional on this podcast, we decided I wasn't going to eat an entire meal while we were recording this.
Good times.
But no, Nick Boyles, his recommendation of the pickle sandwich combo thing at KFC, it was actually quite good. I really enjoyed it. It was a pickle. I think it's like a pickle seasoning on the chicken, and there's mayo, and then pickles, and then more pickle seasoning.
Yeah.
And then I had the pickle chips. So very pickly.
Not pickle Pepsi.
It had big dill energy.
No pickle Pepsi though, right?
No pickle. Didn't I passed on the pickle Pepsi, but no, definitely a good sandwich. Different, but I'm a big fan of pickles, so I appreciate that that suggestion. I give it a I'll give it a 7.67 out of 10. And look, I think we'll continue doing this, but not every Monday.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. The next time we do it is when a Wildcats player gets a hat trick.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. So again, I can't be spending, $30 or $40 on lunch on supper every Monday.
Yeah.
Because one of the recommendations was octopus. I don't know where I'll get octopus on Skip the Dishes.
Yeah.
And Jeff Martin, I'm not rich. I'm not going to spend $50 on Mansu barbecue, even though your recommendation was the best bloody damn thing on their menu. So, that's a nice treat, but not going to spend $50 on supper.
And the other one that I got to find that was going to knock you out.
Oh God, it was like
from Green Machine on Instagram.
Montana's ribs and
wing
wings
combo. Yeah,
No.
Wing sauce, Texas bold, rib sauce, chipotle honey, kapow shrimp, cornbread, and drink of your choice.
Look, I'll get that if a Wildcats player scores 5 goals in a game. I'll get that. And I'll probably be falling asleep here doing a podcast. But
yeah,
that sounds like an unbelievable meal. But it's going to take some teamwork and some individual work by a player for me to devour that on a Monday night before we shoot this thing. So
yeah,
if
we get 5, I'll have that too because it does sound so pretty
that's
good.
it. So hat trick by Wildcats players, and next time I'll do this, and 5 goals by a player, I'll crush the Montanas.
All right, and that brings us to the Wildcast Walkout of the Week from Rosemary, Lynn Massage and Spa. They've got the teeth whitening available now. Booking starting at $85. They got the 3 15-minute sessions, including in that service price. Add another 15 for only $20. Don't forget they have the loyalty card. Buy 9 spa services and get your one free. Call them at 506-830-1224 or visit them at 153 McLeese. And so, yeah, I mean, no, it's not. It is not Rudy.
Oh, what?
No, he got your sticks out. He got the CHL Guardian of the Week. You knew this was coming. We started a hashtag for the guy. He was the overtime hero in back-to-back games of Wildcats, coming away with 4 points on the weekend. The shootout winner, the OT winner, back-to-back nights. Your Wildcats Wildcat of the week is number 22, Ryan Chudzinski. That'll do it for the week, man. This Saturday is the home opener. Get your tickets. Please get your tickets. If you're wondering what the festivities are,
we're not begging you to get tickets, but we're begging you to get tickets.
Festivities kick off at 4:00 with the Mainlanders performing at the Oval from 4 to 6.
Very good band.
Pregame will have bouncy castles, face painting, balloon animals, glitter tattoos from Party Perfect. Performances from the newly established Hype Crew too. Doors open at 5:30. Discounted concessions until 6:30. Get in your seats early. Banner raising ceremony starts at 6:55.
Okay. Puck
drop starts at 7:15. There are a ton of pyrotechnics. So if you have little ones, please, headphones. Marty will welcome the fans back for a new season and introduce teams, and the banner raising ceremony will include players, coaches, other personnel introductions, and raising of the 2025 Joe Cortro banner to the rafters, and the cup will be on the ice.
Are we not emceeing that?
I will check my email when I'm finished this. I just took a screenshot of this. I don't think we are, but hey.
Our invitation must have got lost in the mail. Thanks a lot, Canada Post.
Absolutely. As well, for the home opener, don't forget to enter our contest. Had 2 people enter already. You get
contest?
2 pucks.
Oh, that's right.
The giveaway pucks from Ryan Dupre. The championship puck and the Memorial Cup 4 team puck. All you got to do is tell me who's going to score the winner and give me the time just so I can break ties. Because if 7 people have Lounsbury and 6 people have Ronan, I'm not going to decide that. Give me the time. The closest time will win. Again, thanks to Preston Lounsbury for joining us this week and the Wildcats for making that happen. Hopefully we can have more of the guys on this season. And now we can talk about the Blue Jays.
I was going to say, do you think we'll have a mammoth addition to our lineup on Saturday?
We could have.
Or 2. Potentially. Yeah, I think 1 maybe.
I think 1 maybe.
Yeah. Coach.
I will give you a lot of credit for the rest.
Yeah. The pain was gone.
Yeah. Yeah, that was everybody enjoyed that. Got a DM about that one. You know what I wonder about the baseball? I'm going to turn baseball right now because we haven't talked a lot. Why do they why is it predetermined who they play? Like, why is it bracketed predetermined? Do you know? Like,
don't you have to, even though you win the AL, I don't know, and I'll probably sound ridiculous when I say this, but even though you win the AL East, don't you still have to win like the AL East, like in the playoffs?
I don't know, because Seattle's in the AL West, and they're going to face the winner of the AL Central, which is Detroit and Cleveland at the 6 and 3 seed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So what I don't understand is the Jays, the number 1 seed, and the Yankees crying on their broadcast. And back in the day when times were tied, there was a Monday play-in game to figure it out. Now it's just a tiebreaker.
I'm glad there's no Monday game.
I
don't want to stress about sports.
Could you imagine if the Yankees had the tiebreaker? How unbelievably awesome the tiebreaker would be, because the Yankees won the tiebreaker. Yeah. But the Jays at the 1 seed, they're going to play the Red Sox or the Yankees, the 5 or the 4 seed. But if Detroit, the 6 seed, beats Cleveland, they play the number 2 seed. Isn't the advantage of being the number 1 seed, you get to play the lowest remaining seed? Like, I don't know if it's because of a baseball matchups, get ready for teams and stuff like that, but I was like, what do you mean they play the AL?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's not divisions like hockey.
But who do you want to play?
Of the 4 wildcard teams?
No, like next weekend.
Oh, of the 2?
Yeah. I'm going Yankees.
I'm going Yankees. They've had a lot of success against the Yankees.
Their
the
defense
Sox
is terrible.
The Sox just walked in and smacked them around.
Yeah.
Who's your game 1 starter?
Is he Savage available? No. But I think your game 1 and 2, you got to go Gausman and Bieber.
I think game 1 is Gausman.
Yeah.
Game 2 is Bieber.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't trust Gausman if things go south, but if there's a team that needs a win in game 1, it's this crew. Not just because you win the first game of the series, but they haven't won a playoff game in Vladdy and Bose. And again, he's something that you have to worry about. But
and every year I tend to pop out a baby. The Blue Jays win the AL East.
Yeah.
2015, Avery was born. 2025, Bo was born.
It's crazy how your sports teams do things when you get kids, eh?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Couldn't win any championships.
No kids.
Had Riker. The Braves won the World Series. Yeah. The Bucks won the Super Bowl.
Wildcats win the President's Cup.
The Wildcats win the President's Cup last year. Like, it's been fantastic. It's even being a Jays fan this year, but generally not being a real baseball fan. Like, I like the Braves, but not watching a lot of it. Postseason baseball is awesome.
Yeah, atmosphere is ridiculous.
Oh, like everyone, especially down in some of the places in the States, and I'm sure Toronto will too. I hope they get to play with the roof open. I hope they don't make them play with a closed roof like they have before. They're standing from pitch 1, and they're like not sure what to do with themselves. Like from pitch 1, like it's not like even if they get up like 6-0, whoever it is, there's nerves in the building, because
I was nervous when it was friggin' 9-4 on Sunday. I was like, just get this friggin' thing done. Like there's still, you still got 6 outs to go, and you're leading by 11. Like I'm still sitting there with I couldn't sit down.
Yeah,
I was standing up with my hands on my hips. Like anybody who's watched the playoffs last year at the Avenir Center,
look up.
My pacing was through the roof, and that was me on Sunday with a friggin' 13-4 lead. So
I have asked them multiple times, like, if you're worried in game 161,
can you imagine a 2-1 lead in game 5 with Jeff Hopman in on the mound to close? I'll be on my way to the toilet.
And fun fact for those going to the home opener, not only is there going to be action on the ice, if you happen to be in sections 113, 114, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, look way up and you'll see Mr. Boucher standing up.
Yep.
Because he'll be watching the Jays game. Yep. Hopefully the Avenir Center, like in the intermissions, I know you probably won't, but maybe put the game on.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
There's a lot of people that want to see it, because a lot of people are going to do this.
Yeah.
To watch it in the intermission. So do what you can to try and put it on there, but it's exciting. And, the Jays worked hard to get here. I hope Bo is back. I hope Bassett's back. And I hope the Yankees and the Red Sox use a lot of relievers and play a full 3-game series.
I agree.
But yeah, that's it
here
for Jeremy. I'm Adam. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.